Okay, so for today, we're gonna have a new topic, which is quadratic equations. But before our topic, we will have a little game. So okay, let's have a game. Okay, so what game will we have? Are you guys familiar with this game? This game? So you guys are familiar, right? Okay, four picks convert. Okay, so it is like four picks convert. But I'm gonna give you guys the little twist. The twist is this is four picks. I'm gonna be presenting later four picks. But I'm gonna need to require you guys two words. So first you raise your hand for the first word. I'm gonna show you guys the four pictures and then you guys will guess for the first word. Then you raise your hand and then I'll call you and then you will answer and then I will give you a prize. Okay. So and then that same goes for the second word. Okay. So how about this one? What is a word that can describe this? Oh yes. Water. Okay, so that's right. Water is the correct answer. So did you reward? Okay. So how about this next one? What about the next one? It's four letters. Four letters that describes these four pictures. Yes. Okay, so it is aqua. Okay, so that's correct. I'm going to give you a reward because you are correct. It is aqua. So how about this next one? How about this one? Oh, it's math related. Yes. Okay, so that's correct. The nine-letter word that we're gonna have is operation. So how about the next one? It's a six-letter word. What is a six-letter word that can describe these four pictures? Yes. Okay, so it is symbol. So symbol is the correct answer. Okay, so you guys enjoyed the game, right? So okay, so now that our game is over, we're gonna go on to our proper discussion. So for the objectives of this discussion is that you guys will be able to recall factoring polynomials, identify quadratic equations, solve quadratic equations using the zero factor property. So okay, so first let's recall factoring. What are the possible factors of these? So first, 35. What are the two factors that we will be able to get to factor 35? So the concept of factors is basically two numbers. When you multiply with each other, you will get this number. So we will get 35. What are the two numbers that when we multiply them together, we can get 35? So first, yes. Okay, so 35 and 1. That's correct. 35 and 1. Okay, so how about the next one? Yes. Okay, so 35, the other two possible factors of 35 is 5 and 7. If we multiply 5 and 7 together, we will simply get 35. That is the concept of factoring. Okay, so how about this next one? 4x minus 8. What are the two possible factors of 4x minus 8 in simplest form? Okay, yes. So that's correct. So 4x minus 8, you can factor 4 out. So you can factor 4 out of 4x, which is 4x. And then you can factor 4 out of 8, which is 4 times 2. Now, you can factor 4 out of 4x and 4 times 2, which will get you 4 times x minus 2. So you are correct. The other two factors of 4x minus 8 is 4 times x minus 2. Okay, that's correct. So how about this one? This one, it's a little bit harder. X squared plus 7x plus 12. So here, x squared plus 7x plus 12, we are going to find the possible factors of the first and the last. So the first is x squared. What are the two possible factors of x squared? So yes, that's correct. X and x. Next, we're gonna find the two possible factors of 12. So what are the possible factors of 12? Yes. Okay, 12, 1. Okay. 6 and 2. Okay. 4 and 3. So here, in this list of factors, we're gonna try to find the two factors that when we add them together, we will get the second coefficient. Second coefficient of 7. So the second coefficient is 7. So what are we going to add? So 12 plus 1. If we add 12 plus 1, will we get 7? No, right? We will get 13. So it's not the factors that we're looking for. So the next one is 6 and 2. If we add 6 and 2, we will get 8. So, okay, we will get 8. So that's not the one we're looking for. So next one, 4 plus 3. How about 4 plus 3? Okay, so it is 4 plus 3, we get 7. So these are the factors that we are looking for. So we have 4 and 3. Next, we have the operation here positive. And then the operation in the second one positive as well. So here, if you get the positive, if we get a positive symbol here, we can conclude that we can either get a positive on both x plus 4 and x plus 3, or a negative x minus 4 and x minus 3. Next, we're going to look at the symbol. We're going to look at the symbol here. We have the positive, so it's either positive or negative. So since this is positive, our answers are x plus 4 and x plus 3. So we have the two factors, x plus 4 times x plus 3. Now, if we do FOIL method and we multiply these two polynomials together, we can get x squared plus 7x plus 12. So that is the concept of factoring. Okay? Okay. So next, we're going to have examples of quadratic equations. So why is this an example of a quadratic equation and why is it not a quadratic equation? So next, what is the main difference of this equation to this equation? Yes. Okay, so this equation is not a quadratic equation. The main difference is that it has x cubed, so you're correct. This one doesn't have x cubed. That's the main difference. It doesn't have x cubed. Now, how about this one? This one is a quadratic equation. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0 is a quadratic equation. However, 5x plus 10 equals 0 is not a quadratic equation. Why? What is the main difference? So, okay, this one, the non-quadratic equation, the non-example of it, does not have x squared. That is the main difference. Okay, so how about this next one? This one is a quadratic equation. X squared is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. However, 0x squared minus 3x plus 2 is not a quadratic equation. So what is the main difference? Okay, so that's correct. The coefficient of x squared is 0. Since the coefficient of x squared is 0, it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, so next. X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0 is a quadratic equation. However, x squared plus 3x plus 2 is not a quadratic equation. What is the main difference? Okay, so that's correct. It does not have an equal 0. The not quadratic equation does not have equals 0. So let's remember that the requirement for a quadratic equation to be an equation, it must have equals 0. So if this has equals 0, it simply is a quadratic equation. But since it doesn't, it is not a quadratic equation. So looking at all of these, the key differences here, we can conclude we can define a quadratic equation using this definition. A quadratic equation in one variable is an equation that can be written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So it's important that we have x squared. Now, where a and b and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0, and the quadratic equations will always result in solutions. So here, we saw in the example a while ago that 0x squared is not a quadratic equation because it has 0. So that's our definition right here. So we must always remember that quadratic equations will result in two solutions. Next, so let's take a closer look. How do we read x squared equals 0? How about just x squared? How do we read that? X squared. So what comes to mind? Squared. So okay, so since it's squared, it must be a square. It's a square since a quadratic equation comes from the Latin word quadratus, meaning square. Okay? Okay, so now let's recall our activity. How many answers were you guys able to guess? 2. Okay, 2, right? Some just 1, some 2. But the correct answer is 2, right? So to get the answers, we have 2. So now, sometimes we can have 2 answers. And as we go on our day-to-day life, are we able to find the answers to our problems? Which of these solutions do we choose? Are the 2 solutions both correct? If both 2 solutions are correct, which one are we going to choose, right? So just like in real life, sometimes we can have 2 answers. We can have 2 solutions to our problems.
But we can always ultimately choose only one. So we can choose